Hello, thank you for visiting Wind Frontiers. In this video you will discover how wind power can produce potentially infinite quantities of gasoline, as long as the wind blows, and there's water in the ocean. As usual, one must ask just how this will work, and the answer to that question begins with an offshore wind farm. Now, since gasoline is the end product of concern in this video, an offshore wind farm is optimal for two reasons. For one, the ocean breeze happens to yield excellent wind conditions for offshore wind farms and production of wind power. Second, offshore wind farms happen to be located where there is practically an infinite supply of water. While the United States has been somewhat slow on developing offshore wind farms, one offshore wind farm in the works that could be an excellent location to implement the technologies and processes is the Galveston Offshore Wind Farm, which is in the earliest stages of development. So, once a sufficient number of wind turbines are in place, solar fuel's renewable energy storage technology can be used. Mentioned in the first Wind Frontiers video, solar fuel's storage solution allows wind energy to be converted into natural gas. In essence, solar fuel's storage solution uses wind power to turn water into hydrogen gas. Then, carbon dioxide is thrown into the mix with the hydrogen gas which, in the end, produces natural gas. Now, while the idea of using the ocean's large water supply to create natural gas is useful in itself, it is also entirely possible to take that natural gas and turn it into gasoline. Again, of course you have to know how that will work, and the answer to that question has been around for some time, actually. To turn natural gas into gasoline, one process that can be used is referred to as gas to liquids, or GTL for short. Back in the 1920s, Franz Fischer and Hans Tropsch put their brains together at the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute in Germany to develop a process that allows natural gas to be converted into gasoline. While this process was later used on a much larger scale in World War II by fuel-starved Nazi Germany, current gas-to-liquids developments do not receive much attention. Furthermore, just because a process has been around for some time does not mean that it has been perfected. In that regard, Carbon Sciences is engaged in the ambitious pursuit of improving the gas-to-liquids process, and indeed, they appear to be making progress. While there are 4 ways to reform methane into syngas, each method comes with unique difficulties. Carbon Sciences has selected dry reforming as their particular method, and it is important to note that carbon dioxide is the primary input in the dry reforming process. In essence, the challenge in the dry reforming method is that it requires a robust catalyst to sustain the reaction at an industrial scale, and Carbon Sciences claims to have answered that challenge by developing a catalyst which they claim is the most robust dry reforming catalyst in the world. So, while much more time and testing is needed to ensure that Carbon Sciences' method will make large-scale gas-to-liquid gasoline production cost-effective, it is nonetheless entirely possible to produce gasoline from natural gas, regardless of where the natural gas comes from. However, one thing to consider with combining Carbon Sciences' GTL technology and solar fuel's renewable energy storage technology is that both technologies require the greenhouse gas, carbon dioxide, as a primary input. With that, the controversial greenhouse gas, carbon dioxide, is essentially part of the solution, and not the problem. So, all in all, I hope you have a general understanding of how wind energy can produce gasoline. Furthermore, I hope you have caught a glimpse of the immense potential of wind energy. Despite the controversy and worry surrounding the developed world's use of petroleum and gasoline, do know that there are technologies and innovations that can potentially alleviate the issue. And, perhaps one day, gasoline and other fossil fuels could be entirely renewable. Lastly, if you are concerned about tailpipe emissions from gasoline vehicles, as we all should be, please visit the Wind Frontiers page and have a look at the work of this young inventor, who created a device that can convert carbon dioxide from tailpipe emissions into the oxygen needed to sustain life on planet Earth. Thank you for watching this Wind Frontiers video. If you were interested in seeing more videos like this one, please like us on Facebook and, as always, don't hesitate to ask any questions you might have.